Get on board on the Great Space Coaster. We'll explore.
Hey, it's Vlad from Crisis here with the Crypt, and you listen to Metal-O-Mania, motherfucker. Yeah.
Hey, this is Knox and Will from Enforced, and you listen to Metal-O-Mania with the Crypt and Scully.
This is the Crypt from Metal-O-Mania. I got my headphones on and my dick in your cat. Let's party. It's time to metal.
Sometimes I just want to fuck shit up, you know?
You are nothing but a relic from a deleted timeline.
I'm gonna put you 6 feet under the fucking ground, mate.
Gotta keep getting up. Because if you don't, some son of a bitch will start shoveling dirt on you.
Why are you blowing on your computer?
This fucking Big Nick spilled beer all over it.
So if you spill beer on it, you have to start blowing it? What does that even mean? Oh, there it goes.
I found a natural corn dog out in the wild. Let's taste it.
Ian? What are you doing?
I'm making holy water.
How is that making holy water?
I'm boiling the hell out of it.
It's a total turn-off. My cock ring is sliding off.
That's the most outstanding answer I've ever heard.
And now,
back to the studio.
And just like that, welcome back to the studio. We bring you metal, we bring you guests, we bring you badassery here at Metal-O-Mania, and I am going to continue to do so, man. I'm joined by my brother. What's up, Mike? How are you, sir?
How's it going, man? How you doing today? It's great to talk to you. I haven't got to see you since the Tennessee Metal Devastation Fest.
Ah, that's right, man. I'm super glad we got to meet at that thing. That was awesome, right?
It was a good time for us.
Yeah, no, it was great. I mean, I'm really glad for this opportunity, too, to be on your show.
I'm glad to have you.
Man, I'm dying to talk to you. I know that you and I have some things coming up we're going to be doing together, and we'll tell everybody about that here in a moment. You mentioned the Tennessee Metal Devastation Festival, so I can't move on without saying, Zach and Raven, we love you.
I am bound by love to them both.
Absolutely, yes. Yeah. I mean, God, they did such a great job.
Oh, amazing. Two amazing human beings who I couldn't love more, honestly, man. Doing so many things for the scene. Mad respect.
Beautiful people.
Beautiful, beautiful people.
Just the best people.
We're going to get into it. We're going to talk. My man Mike is going to tell you who he is and what he does and why I love him so much in just a second. But before we get into that, we did open with 3 jams to get things rolling here tonight. And I want to make sure everybody knows what they are so you can support Badassery and get your copy. This is the second show in a row, in fact, that we've played Spirit World because I literally can't get enough of this fucking band. We played Relic of Damnation to open the show tonight. What a fucking ridiculous song. What a ridiculous release. That Death Western is must own. Please pick it up, ladies and gentlemen.
Trust me on that.
Right behind that was All Wasted, a ridiculously kick-ass band out of Sweden, man. Melodic groove, fucking metal. They got them killer riffs. I'm a big, big fan of them as well. Burn With Me was their last release. We just played 6 Feet Under from their upcoming new release. I hope you check it out and support them as well. And finally, coming into this was some Split Image. I tell you all the time how much I love crossover jams. I miss it. We need more of it. Split Image is certainly bringing that. Torrent of Illusion and Night Hag are both releases out from them right now, man. Them cats are staying busy. They're bringing you the metal, so show them the love as well.
Catch all that?
What's up, Mike? How you doing, sir?
What's going on, man?
Well, you know what? For those who don't know, tell them who you are and what you do, if you don't mind, my friend.
My name is Metal Thrashing Mike, and I am the host of the Metal Thrashing Nerd Podcast. And I try to bring you guys all the bands I can get on this damn podcast, as many as possible.
Book 'em, Dano.
How did the podcast come about? How did you end up doing all this thing, man? Because I fell backwards into it. Our people already know our story, but tell me yours. How did you end up doing this?
Back to the beginning.
I wound up in it because some friends of mine started a band called Kayfabe.
Don't trust anybody. Don't trust me. The bottom line is I said so.
You can find them online at Kayfabe Punks on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. They are I call them the punk rock and wrestling connection. They dress up like classic wrestlers, come up with their alter egos, and then they play badass punk rock hardcore music.
It's a perfect match, no doubt about it.
And I wound up recording their first 2 albums, and after the first one, I was just listening to Jim Cornette one day. I'm a big fan of his podcast.
Great googly moogly.
And I was like, you know what? I've got all the equipment. I could do this. And I just kind of fell into it because I had all the equipment from recording in it. You know, I love metal to the point that it's like, it's a passion for me, and I can go into this. I know it. You know, it should be fairly easy, and I found out otherwise. So, yeah,
right.
It's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Harder than I thought. But it's what I want to do.
I knew the word passion would be coming out of your mouth, brother. I predicted it silently in my head, and sure enough, there it was. Because you don't do this without it, that's for sure. It's a lot of work.
I've been listening to metal since I was 12. Well, 11, actually, yeah. I started with Ride the Lightning. I was 11 years old, playing hooky from school. You know, I was sick.
Yeah,
and, my grandmother said, you can't stay at the house. She's like, you're going to ride around with your aunt. I was like, all right. I'm going to wind up having to listen to some country or some shit. So I get in the car, and she puts this CD in, and she says, give it a minute. Just hold on. Give it a minute. You know, Fire of Fire starts with that really quiet, peaceful intro. You know, I called it, I said, why the fuck are we listening to ballet music? And then it just, you know, it kicks in with that roar, and at 11 years old, you start hearing this sound, this rising, like, God, it sounded like a nuclear warhead went off. And I was just entranced with metal and hard rock since that point. I mean, it's been my life's work, I guess, because like a year later I had a guitar.
I was hooked in seconds.
So
it's funny, Metallica, love them or hate them, and I don't even want to open that can of worms right now. We've covered that ground plenty. But love them or hate them, they have opened that door for so many metalheads, man. They get respect on that level till I die for that, man. So many people's metal story starts with Metallica blew my mind. So that to me is, that's amazing.
Well,
I'm older. I'm Kill 'Em All era.
Yeah, I mean, luckily I started out with Ride the Lightning and kind of stuck with that stuff, so it kind of led me to all the other thrash bands. And like it opened a can of worms. I mean,
yeah.
Very few of like the old thrash bands I probably haven't listened to, as far as like, the more, not major, but some of the more well-known names, and even some of the ones below that. Somehow it took me towards Germany too, with Creator and Sodom, Destruction, Tankard.
Yeah. The Teutonic Four. Big Four.
I gotta love the Teutonic thrash, man.
Yeah, man. We've been very lucky here. We've been able to talk to several of them on our show here. Well, I love you guys' format. You guys do some special things on your show, man. Let's talk a little bit about that.
I started this thing called Early Works. It started out as critical reviews, and we just did like the first 4 Metallica albums, and we just said, well, whatever happened to that band,
The older guys, they suck.
And the last one we did was Iron Maiden, just recently, me and some friends.
Don't sound like Iron Maiden.
This time I want to have you on with my buddy Matt, and we're going to talk about the discography. We're just going to go into the whole discography, because there's no bad album in the band Death's discography. There's no bad album. It's perfect. I stand by that. They have the perfect discography.
Absolutely perfect.
There's no bad album. Every damn one of them's good. So we can't skip over any. We're still going to call it Early Works, but we're just going to just slam through this shit. And as the three of us kind of go through this, we're going to rate and rank them and try to come up with a list of their 7-8 albums and decide which one is the best.
That's going to be tough.
Earth-shattering band, changed the landscape. Chuck, of course, rest in peace, Chuck. But
God, yes.
Just such a trailblazer. One of the first death metal bands out there. I know that there's much, debate back and forth on the various things. I will still stand by Possessed's debut album being the first death metal album of all time. I know that Possessed by trade is not necessarily a death band.
It's the first well-known one. It's kind of like how you would consider Venom's Black Metal the first black metal album.
Right. From a band that in their entire discography is not necessarily a black metal band. Right. But I agree with that.
No, they're more of a thrash band.
Right on, dude.
I mean, as long as we all kind of agree the first metal band was Sabbath, I think we're all good.
Yeah, and I do. On the death topic, had Chuck lived, would they have been progressive completely going forward? Would death have existed in another form? Would he have completely abandoned that project?
Would he have done more Control Denied?
I believe that's my belief. I'm on the record.
I think he would have done more Control Denied. I think the last Death album was just
contractually obligated. He was pretty on the record with not loving singing any longer. He had grown kind of weary with that. He wanted to do way more on the technical angle of the guitar stuff.
Yeah.
And I think all of that clearly seems to indicate that that was the direction he was going in. We were fortunate enough to have Steve DiGiorgio on the show, who not only is a part of Testament, but was a part of Death as well.
Individual Thought Patterns, one of my favorite albums.
I love that one.
Me too.
I fucking love Steve DiGiorgio too.
Me too, man. What a great and please go into the archives if anyone missed that interview. What a great interview. What a great guy, man. Enjoyed the fuck out of it. We got to talk to him right after he had gotten COVID too. What a real sport for hanging out with us.
He's a really good dude, man.
But he told us about Chuck that he, because obviously I asked him a lot of these questions as well. Like, what was your thoughts on this? Or, because I had to pick his brain. And he definitely is of the thought process as well that Death was still being done because he was obligated to do it through record company contracts and shit, but his passion had clearly moved to the prog side of things and Control Denied and that sort of thing. He didn't want to sing any longer, and so
yeah, no, totally agree with that. I feel like there would have been some reunion shows later on. They would have been playing probably like Walk-In 25th Anniversary or something like that.
It sucks, man. That would have been awesome. Tell me about it.
The unfortunate part of that, and what does blend into that question, I guess, of what would be happening now. They're so loved and beloved at this point. Those, I wish that Chuck I think he got a glimpse of it, but I wish he was here to see how fully embraced those releases have become.
Oh, no, of course. They're the best.
Well, at the same time,
Mount Rushmore shit, you know? Like,
I think his death was a bit of a catalyst for the music, too, because it did create this outpouring from the metal community for his family, for the medical bills and such like that. I mean, and it's, you know, you probably wouldn't have seen him on the cover of Guitar World like you did when it was like a tribute to Chuck Schuldiner and things like that.
Right.
You know, that was one of the first places I remember reading an actual article about death was Guitar World.
A pornographic magazine of truly comic book proportions.
Unfortunately, I got into the band posthumously, so.
Right. A lot of people did, you know. I was fortunate, well, it just means I'm old, so that's all that means.
Yeah, I was like 12.
Oh, by the way, you go ahead and eat me now.
Well, I do look forward to that. I look forward to joining you on your
absolutely.
program to talk about the Death albums, man. That's going to be a lot of fun.
I can't wait to have you on there. I mean, you know, just talking to you in person that day, you're very energetic. You have a good demeanor about what you're doing, and that's something I like to bring to my podcast. I want somebody that's energetic, knows how to talk, has a good demeanor, you know, and loves metal. I heard you up on stage talking, introducing the bands, and like I said, it's just you have a wonderful energy.
Thank you, brother.
That was a lot of fun, man. You know, I've heard the various grapevine is I've been referred to apparently as that dick joke guy. So I'll take it.
Love those dick jokes. Love them.
Well, it was, we got the dick
things.
joke guy, and then we've got every band mentioning a portal to hell.
Yeah, right. Every single band mentioned the portal to hell, too. That's funny.
He will open the portal and bring about the end of the world.
Yeah, that got a lot of play beforehand, and I literally had written material to say on stage before I got there. I worked on it for weeks. I didn't say a single fucking word off my paperwork when I got there. Not one.
That's literally me with every podcast.
Yeah, that shit goes out the window when the mics go live, you know?
Forget about it.
Yeah, I know. You got a list of questions, and then you just kind of wing it to wherever the conversation goes.
Right. Later that night, you're like, motherfucker! I mean, yeah.
Well, you felt the energy of the crowd, and it worked.
Dude, it's such a blast, man. Again, I can't say enough good things about Raven and Zach and those guys over there. What a blast.
And I had a great time sticking this festival right up the butt, okay?
Well, this was my first time seeing Gravehuffer and, you know, Grave Next Door live, too. It was actually my first time getting to see Tommy live.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm ashamed of because I should have seen Tommy long before.
We go back with Richie and Gravehuffer quite a bit. We've had them on the show
everywhere.
several times. We have history with Casket Robbery, Eyes of the Living, actually. Those guys have done live shows with us here in Baltimore, so we go back with those guys quite a bit. So in a way, it was a family reunion, and in another way, we were extending the family by meeting a bunch of new people, such as yourself, man, which I'm very happy to have done.
Metalheads stick together, right?
We're talking about building our following, man, and I would be remiss in my duties as a fellow show host if I didn't please beg you to tell all these motherfuckers and Metal-O-Maniacs out there how to follow you guys and how to stay on top and how to join the Metal Thrashing Nerd community, sir.
You can follow me on Twitter at Mike Thrashing. I am on Instagram as the Metal Thrashing Nerd Podcast. Same with Facebook. I'm also on a new website called Metalizer. So if you just look up Metal Thrashing Nerd Podcast on there, I'm there. It's a social community for metalheads. I'd like to see that grow a good bit.
Fuck yeah.
If you want to listen to the podcast, you just go to Buzzsprout and look for the Metal Thrashing Nerd Podcast. You can Google me and find me there. I'm on Spotify, iTunes, Deezer, damn near everything you can listen to a podcast on.
We'll be there.
I think the only thing that I'm not on are like Amazon and Pandora, and that's just because some of their weird streaming rights shit and stuff like that, like trying to I read something in their thing, and it was like they're trying to take over your property or some shit in some way. It's like, nah, fuck y'all.
Yeah, fuck that. Fuck that. Yeah.
No, like when I signed on with Rat Salad and they were like, you can be part of the network, I was like, yeah, I'll be a part, but I got control over my shit, so don't think for a second.
Oh, dude, we've had those fights, let me tell you. We've had lots of people step in over the years and try to, oh, we'll help you, but do this. And yeah, I'm not open to any of that, man. We got our own vision of what we're doing here, and that's what we're doing. So,
yep.
You know, it is what it is.
That's important.
If we fail with it, we fail with it, but it is what we're doing.
He's an idiot. Yeah, he's a fucking moron.
I'm a learning gearhead. You know, I was a former tile setter before this in another life. So, you know, I was a shithouse decorator. I had to learn all this shit trial by fire.
I'm a tufting machine operator, so chances are you've probably walked on a piece of carpet I made.
Does the carpet match the drapes?
Well, Mike, for real, man, I appreciate the fuck out of you hanging out with us at Metal-O-Mania. It truly does mean the world to me. I'm looking forward to joining you on your show and talking some death, man. I really am.
Absolutely. Now, as you told me before the interview, you need to cut this off and play some fucking music for these people.
Well, you heard the man.
The people came for the metal probably more than they came for my ugly ass anyway, so.
Ditto here.
Well, hey, man, I'll keep coming for you over and over and over again. Wow, that sounded dirty. I only partially meant that, but
this is why the dick joke thing comes up.
Maybe it's a moniker I've earned, I guess.
You might just be the dick joke guy.
That's on you.
Maybe hey, there's worse things. I'll take it. You know, hey, we used to, in our early inceptions of our show, we used to have a little gold necklace wearing dick in the bottom corner, and every dick joke, he would keep a running tally of it. We used to call him our tallywhacker even because he would count on dick jokes. So maybe I earned it, man. Maybe I am the dick joke guy.
Or is it that you're just a dick?
Well, Mike, truly, I do appreciate you, man, for coming and hanging out with us.
Man, I appreciate you for having me. You know, it means a lot anytime somebody has me on and lets me promote my podcast. I can't wait to have you on to talk about your show.
Looking forward to it. And all of you Metal-O-Maniacs out there, please go and show the love, man. Support Badassery. Putting in the effort to show you metal.
He's a pretty cool guy, ain't he?
And on that note, we're going to play 3 songs here for you, and then we're going to have our buddies from Scars of the Flesh come in and talk to us a little bit about their new release. So what they're going to be, we're going to open up with the Yasser Arafats out of Finland. I love the name of this band, man. What a fucking cool name. They're deathy, they're thrashy, they're badass. The name of this song is Into the Void. You're going to fucking love it.
That I promise you.
Right behind that, we're going to play some High Command. Dude, High Command is fucking, I love this band. I love, out of Massachusetts, they got that hardcore element, they got that crossover element, they got that thrash element. This new release, Eclipse of the Dual Moons, is silly.
It's sick.
And we're going to play for you Siege Warfare from it. Behind that, we're going to play some Horrid Sight, a band out of Mexico. Brand new release from them is called Evil Made Flesh. And we're going to play the title track for you from it. And then right behind that, Scars of the Flesh, man. Dude, this Scars of the Flesh release and Darkness Alone is so good. They're out of San Antonio, Texas. Please support them as well. And they'll come in a few minutes and tell you why you should.
I can't wait to hear this episode just so I can skip over my interview to hear the good music.
Dude, I skip over me talking all the time when I watch the shows. It's all about the music. And it's all about you, man, for real. It means the world. Thank you so much.
No, thank you.
Well, that is a beautiful origin story if I've ever heard one.
Okay, voided my bowels. You can do this, buddy.
Welcome to say how destruction was
That's so fucking cool, man.
In this portion, the king is eating his horse on the 98th day of the siege.
As far as the press is concerned, you are the face of this siege.
The wood spider is the most accomplished of all web-building species. Recently, scientists gave these tiny creatures a variety of psychoactive drugs to observe their effects on web building. When given a minute dose of LSD, the spider's web took on an unfamiliar, minimalist structure. When given caffeine, the web structure was not affected, but the spider's behavior was. Given THC, the active ingredient in marijuana, the spider didn't build a web. It built a hammock, where it lay all day and watched the caffeine spider go. When given alcohol, the spider built a web, found a mate, and raised over 100 young. But the mate got a restraining order, and now the spider can't go within 100 centimeters of the web. The crack cocaine spider figured building webs was for suckers, waited till the caffeine spider was exhausted, then came up behind it and popped a cap in its ass. Nice web, Mr. Crack Spider. When winter came, the marijuana spider had no place to live. It ended up in the crack web as the crack spider's bitch.
Nature is indeed out of balance.
That was fucking disgusting.
It's weird, but cool.
And now for something completely different.
And just like that, we're back into the studios with some of my fucking friends. In fact, returning champions. What's up, man? My favorite shows are hanging out with my brother. So what's up, Kobe? How are you, sir?
I'm doing good, man. Thank you for having us.
I got my hat on, brother. That's for you, man. That's for you. And welcome to the show, Derek. How are you, sir?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you?
Well, better now, man. Better now. Before we even start talking anything to do with Scars of the Flesh, which we're going to dive deep into, I promise. We're going to do that in a moment. I have to tell you, Cerebral Desecration, man, it gets regular play here still. It's fucking, you know how I feel about that fucking project, brother. So,
Hell yeah. No, I think you'll love this one just as much too.
Fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah. Well, let's talk about that, man. We'll dive backwards a little bit later. Let's talk about that. The release has just come out, correct? For Scars of the Flesh, right? It's official. It's out. And
yeah, it came out yesterday. Our third album, In Darkness Alone.
Well, tell me about it, man. Give me some background. Take me a little along the journey that led to hey man, let's make a new album, to hey, there's a brand new fucking album. Give me some of that.
Well, we did Reaching Into the Void, which our second album we released right in the height of 2020. Obviously, with pandemic and everything, it didn't get the spins or the love or the shows or any of that.
So few gems did, man. So few gems. I don't get it, man. A lot of stuff went unloved in that period. I'm here to make that, fix that, hopefully. But please continue, sir.
Yeah, so we wrote a song which was the title track off this album called In Darkness Alone. We were just going to release a single, and after it was done and we heard what we created, I think I was with our other guitarist Brian, and I was like, dude, this can't be a single. It's too good. Like, it should be at least a small EP or something. So we were going to just do a few songs and a cover. And our cover choice at that time was the Amonomarth cover that we did. And so we were just going to do like 2 songs and a cover. Well, we got a wild hair up our ass to do a Behemoth cover after our drummer started playing the drums to it. So now we were like, well, now we're 2 and 2. We need an extra original. So we did another original. Derek was like, I've always wanted to cover this song from Dimension Zero. So we're like, fuck it. Let's just keep doing this. And we kind of created this album that ended up being kind of like half all us, just real original, the evolution of the band. And then the last 4 tracks are covers. And it's just kind of like a homage to what's inspired us to be who we are to this day. And it ultimately, we didn't plan on doing 4 covers, but after we did the 4, we couldn't choose which one to leave out or anything like that. So we were like, fuck it, let's do a half original, half covers. Be the only time we ever do that. And honestly, we've gotten some flack for it. Because, more people are like, I want more original. What the heck? But it's been very helpful. Being a small, unsigned, independent artist, putting covers out like that helped us get our name out there a little more. So finding us, and they're like, who the hell did this cover? And they're loving what they're hearing.
And what I find them to be statements of the band too. They're not just, covers pulled out of the ass. They're covers that are direct statements on what the band represents themselves. In fact, Derek, I got to tell you, Dimension Zero, I share your love, man. Tell me about that real quick, if you don't mind, brother, because fuck yes, that's a great choice.
Well, that's the whole thing is, we were sitting there thinking about, we got to do another cover. And Brian literally looked at me and he goes, if we do another one, what do we do? And I went, Silent Night Fever. First thing that came out of my mouth. And he was like, wait, yeah. So it was just because we both love that band so much, and very cool. The attention. They never got the attention they deserve. So
for sure. So true, man.
So and that's also it's not on Spotify, so it is now because of us.
I was going to say, you guys are literally going to introduce that song to a lot of people, I'll bet, because that's pretty, that's not one of the, in people's face, like the Behemoth cover, they're going to know, obviously, but that's good shit, man. That's good shit. Well, tell me about who are the guys that aren't here for the interview that make up the rest of the band, and give me a little about how you guys came together to make this project. Because I know, Kobe, you got your fucking hand in everything, man. You're like a fucking meat puppet guy, dude. You got fucking them all going, man. I like that shit, dude. Keep it coming.
Yeah, hell yeah. Well, Derek and Brian, the 2 guitar players, go back a long way. They're best friends. I've been playing with Brian for years, and I guess there was a point in time in 2016, 2015 where Derek and Brian reunited. They started making music. This was before Scars of the Flesh even had a name. And I heard it, and I was just like, okay, who's doing vocals? And Brian, he's a great vocalist. He does an excellent job in everything he does. That dude does a lot. It does everything. He does production. He does piano. He can program drums. He can do everything. He can write a whole song from top to bottom.
Oh yeah, I'm a fan of that cat for sure. Yeah,
and he's like, I'm going to do the vocals. And I was like, well, what about me? And he's like, yeah, I mean, you're my favorite, so I don't see why not. He's like, I just have to run it by Derek. And I was like, cool. So long story short, I did 2 songs just to see, and we all agreed, like, this is it. This is the 3 main aspects of Scars. We're just going to do music that we love. We're not really focused on bringing it live or touring or any of that stuff. We're just going to play, right? So I'm joined Cerebral Desecration, and Colin, the drummer for Cerebral, he heard Scars and was just blown away by it. He ended up falling in love with the music, so much so that he was just like, how come y'all aren't live? And we flat out told him, like, we don't have a drummer. He's like, well, you do now.
Fuck yeah.
So Colin is a big reason behind why it's live, because we were only going to just make it a pet project, really. Well, with him joining the fold, we were like, well, now we need a bass player. And Rob, the bass player, he's a good old friend of mine and Brian's from our old project, Wings of Abaddon. So we brought him on, and we just started grooving it down, jamming out. And before you knew it, we're like, holy shit, this sounds perfect enough to go live now. So yeah, that's
next level, baby. Next level.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love it. I fucking love it. I love it, man. Well, and what is going forward then? See, well, I know Cerebral Desecration is a live and active project. Is Wings of Abaddon still an active? I believe that's still active, is it not? No, that's defunct.
Spotify, you can find our stuff out there, but we retired that band. I think back in 2014 or so, 2015, around the same time Scars was starting.
Okay.
We just retired it because it was kind of the same issue. We didn't have a drummer, and we were tired of looking. We were like, you know what, we're done trying to make this exist when it just, we can't make it, So
right.
So yeah, now these are my two loves. So Cerebral first, and then Scars is we're going full force on this band too. So we plan on hopefully playing live more, anywhere we can get our instruments plugged into. We'll do whatever we can to get our name out there.
Well, and I'm fans of both projects like a mother too, man. So, if you get on the road and you get over to the East Coast, I need to get down there to you guys at some point, man, because we seem to be talking to a Texas fucking death metal band every 3rd Tuesday these days, man. That's a beautiful thing. What's going on down there? What's in the water, brother? What
Not sure. Pretty cool. Do like a Metal-O-Mania Texas Fest, right? And just get all those bands together somewhere, make them all meet together, and we all throw down. That'd be pretty cool.
Fuck yeah, man. Some kind of Texas Cannibal Fest, man. I like the way that sounds, brother. Let's do it. Well, you talked about the release is out now. So by the time this airs, that will be after your release party, but that's tonight, right? Now I'm talking to you guys on the day of that, right? As of this interview being live, man, that's going to be fun, right? So what do you guys got planned for tonight?
Slay. That's all. I mean, we're going to definitely play 2 of the new original songs. And then, some tracks off of the 2 previous albums as well. So, a good smattering of everything for everybody.
That's a good time. Where's it going to be at? Where?
It's at a place here in San Antonio downtown called Bonds 007 Rock Bar.
Fuck yeah, good stuff.
Got a pretty good lineup going on tonight. So yeah, it'll be bouncing, that's for sure.
Fuck yeah.
We're gonna go there and introduce them to death themselves, so that should be good.
And for the Metal-O-Maniacs out there who want to get a copy, man, because do you guys got merch and stuff? Because I need to get a t-shirt. You know how I am about my t-shirts, man. I got my hat. I almost wore my Cerebral shirt, but I thought that's a little too much, maybe. But that'll be stalker behavior.
We got hoorah, we got shirts, we got patches, stickers. You name it. We got all kinds of stuff. We even got tab books. I know there's not a lot of small independent bands that release tab books, but we got some. They're rare. Once they sell out, that's it. Unless there's a demand. I know in the future I've been talking about getting some wall flags because I'm a wall flag addict. I just kind of started that addiction, I guess you could say.
Me too, brother. I will.
Yeah. We can make sure to send you the links for our distro kid and all that and stuff like that. So if anybody
on Bandcamp,
please do. Yeah.
And Bandcamp too. Yeah, because I got to give me a t-shirt, man. And for all those Metal-O-Maniacs out there, we'll make sure that we share that. We'll run the link here or something for everybody. That hit that link, you guys. That one running across and follow these badasses, man. Show them the love. Well, what's next, man? I know that we're kind of coming to the cold area. Well, it don't get cold for you guys. What am I thinking?
It's cold right now, at least for us. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
High at 50 today.
What'd you say? 50?
Yeah.
Oh my God! Did he just say it was cold at 50?
No. But it's also raining, and a week and a half ago it was 85 degrees. So come on.
Yeah, right.
Cut us some slack down here.
I do. As we're talking, man, Buffalo's getting ready to get fucking decimated. By
y'all. Yeah, 4 feet of snow is what I heard.
Fuck yeah, that's crazy. When's the last time you saw snow in person?
Oh, we had we called Snowpocalypse last year. People died. Like maybe 10 inches.
Wow, that's crazy, man.
Down the hole. Yeah.
Down here, they just built for it, man. They just ain't built for it. They freak out when it rains, dude. It could drizzle. Like, oh, go 40. I'm like, dude, that's how you wreck. Get out of the fucking way.
Dude, I've been told you got to date a Texas girl because they can't take 7 inches.
That's a good one. I'm gonna steal that.
I wonder why I'm popular here.
I love it. Yeah, I do. I'd love to get down there, man. I've been down there before, and of course, we should probably cut this from the interview because people are going to hate me. But I'm a Cowboys fan, so I got some love for you guys in the background.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, hell yeah.
That's good shit.
Live and die by them.
Fuck yeah.
Sometimes.
Hopefully, we beat Minnesota tomorrow. So we're going to play the Hooded One off of this brand new release for everybody right now, man, and we're going to blow their fucking minds. But tell me about this jam, man. Tell me about this song in particular, sir.
This song is a special one for us because our band's mascot is death. If you look at all of our records and a lot of our merch, there's always a Grim Reaper of some kind somewhere. So this was the first song where I actually wrote about being the Reaper or what the Reaper is. So it's the Hooded One is the full on, like, fleshed out description of what death is. So that was cool to finally do that 3 albums when he's been plastered all over our stuff.
Yeah, a statement of you motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Well, Brian and I actually wrote the song with Death Incarnate in mind. We were just like, how would it be if you actually came face to face with death and what he does. So that's why you have that brutal opening, and then you get that nice epic chorus part that Kobe does at the I love the song.
Epic indeed, dude. Kobe, seriously, fantastic job, man, for real.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's really, man. I think it's produced well. It's fucking, it comes at you, man. Fantastic job, seriously.
That was all Brian. Brian's the producer guy. He does all the mixing, mastering himself. He's got a damn good ear out at Bone Spill Studios. So,
man, having one of those guys.
Listen to my new mix.
Hey, man, having one of those guys in the camp is worth his weight in gold, though, right? Am I right or right?
Oh yeah. We have an idea. We could go ahead and record it right away, and boom, it's done.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So yeah, we've been blessed.
So go with it, and then check out my new mix all the time.
Yeah, you get text. Are you in group text threads all the time, where it's like, "Hey man, I got something for y'all to check out."
Oh yeah,
that's good shit. That's good.
And
shit.
Brian does all the artwork. And he made the lyric video that y'all are all gonna see, when you post when you show the Hooded One. So, yeah, like he did all that himself. Like, so we've really learned that the best way to be, I guess, as non-financially stuck is to figure the shit out yourself and do it. And thankfully we got Brian, because he does a lot of that for us, while the rest of us kind of just write, record, spread, share. You know, I'm more behind the social media side. I mean, he is too. But every now and then he'll take a break, and I'll try to keep that train going and stuff like that. So everybody has to kind of oil the machine in their own way, you know, best possible. And we're grateful for everything that Brian does for us, because he puts a lot of extra hours into outside that anyone never sees. So it's always
Dude, you just described Metal-O-Mania, man. We're a trial by error and lots of error along the way. But, you know, you got to figure it out yourself and get it done, right? That's good shit. Well, then this will be hats off to not just you guys, but to Brian as well, to the rest of the band, man. What do you say we kick everybody in the face with this tune?
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
They're going to love it.
Well, dudes, Metal-O-Maniacs, please go out there, support Badassery. I love these dudes. I go back with these dudes, man. They got multiple things coming at you, multiple projects that are worth following. And I appreciate the fuck out of you hanging out with us at Metal-O-Mania, guys, for real.
I traverse the shadows. Deepest of depths I tread. Traverse the shadows, deepest of depths I tread. Snowball towards the end of your life, because faithful end. Dimmy lies, a reality I come to each find me. Twisting lives, endlessly, all drowned in my gaze. Once I enter your sight, those who know you are never left the same. My cloak made of skin, pieced by the threads of time. I can never change. those left behind, and those who never even tried. I am the gift for your path, so little your soul is worth. Nothing ever said or felt, last words were shared in doubt. Take you from your mortal self, introduce you to endless sound. Shackled to this path unpaved, from this you cannot be saved.
Holy mother of shit! Hello?
That's no way to answer the phone.
Huge fucking shout out to Kobe and the fellas at Scars of the Flesh, man. Dude, how badass is that jam, dude?
Dude, it was like a roller coaster of just riffs. It's a very dynamic song.
That's the dynamic we agreed on.
Dude, my ear pussy is gaping. I'm just saying. But anyway,
this fucking guy.
Dude, not only is he a part of that Scars of the Flesh band, that Cerebral Desecration is another band, and dude, we'll have them back on to talk about that again soon. So, couldn't be.
I love that band name. Love it.
Yeah, that's pretty kick-ass. Right?
Desecration.
Filthy fucking name.
And another gaping hole comes to mind, literally. But yeah, man, fucking thank you to them guys. Thank you again to Mike from Metal Thrashing Nerd Podcast earlier for coming by. And thank you to my brother Jonathan for coming by right now, man. Welcome to the show, brother.
Well, look who's here.
Thank you. Thank you so much once again for having me.
I don't even call you a guest anymore, man. You're a co-host at this point. So
as long as you mean that in a good way, I'll take it as a compliment. Otherwise, I'm just taking it.
Hell yeah, you are.
You should know that that title comes with like ball indentations on the forehead, but that's a whole. We'll talk contract details later off air.
You can read the fine print on the lubricant.
You really know how to pack the dick jokes in there, don't you?
Pack them in. I do.
In your vagina, buddy.
Look, I want you to take notice of my shirt here, if you don't mind. Check it out.
What do you got there? That looks like a Burn the Gates shirt.
It is indeed.
I happen to be in one of those in that band.
You are indeed, sir. And
even have the cassette tape.
I got it.
I was sporting my Into Existence shirt the other day when we went out about the town.
And I'm in that band too.
You are indeed. I wore this one just for you, man. And I don't do this often.
Yeah, that's what they all say.
It's too much cocksuckery, so I don't usually wear the shirt.
I'll take it. So right now, what I got, if I can get this roller chair.
Yeah, let me see what you got there. Only you can. Go
fuck yourself.
Beautiful.
It's got a sentimental value. I picked that up at a Oddities and Curiosities Expo.
I love it. I love it. It is a task only accomplished by yourself. So very nice.
You mean masturbate, don't you?
One of the few things you can do alone enjoyably. Anyway, it brings to mind a question for you, if I may. I wore this shirt for our conversation. Now, I will tell you, I generally will interview a band. I very rarely will wear their shirt. I very rarely will wear the shirt of the band I'm interviewing. Like I got to talk to Steve DiGiorgio. I didn't wear my Testament shirt for it. Yes, I was just name dropping for everybody out there. But anyway, shameless name drop. But
what a dipshit.
But I do wear a concert shirt to the band I'm going to see, and I made an exception to wear this for you right now, of course. But I'd like to throw that out there for your discussion, man. That's my topic for us tonight, even if you will.
Very interesting.
I see a lot of people going back and forth on social media that apparently it's uncool. If you go see Slayer, you can't wear a Slayer shirt. If you go see Testament, you can't wear a Testament shirt. If you go see Schizophrenia, you can't wear a Schizophrenia shirt. You know, and my question is, why can't you, man?
It's true.
Says who?
I do that. So I'm that nerd geek guy. I'll go right out the front here. I do wear that shirt. I bought the fucking Slayer shirt so I could wear it to the fucking Slayer show. What the fuck?
Fuck them in their stupid fucking faces.
All right, so when you're saying all this, it brings to memory the old Beavis and Butthead scenario where they were over at Stewart's house and like they were all getting ready to go to a concert, and they had like 3 hangers, a Winger shirt for everybody, and like the protective earphones, I think, for everybody, like in the family, Stewart's mom and dad, right? So the debate that you're talking about was around at least that long ago.
Wow, yeah,
but
right.
I don't really see why it should be a debate. I mean, if you can wear whatever the fuck you want to wear.
I mean, you know, fuck them. That's what I mean. I mean,
I don't know. Do they just think it's, like you said, too much cocksuckery?
It's too much gatekeepery. You know what I mean? Well,
gatekeepery. Okay.
I have friends that have passionate opinions on this, by the way. I have friends that think it's 1,000% what you don't do. I have a buddy that tells me flat out, I would never make such a faux pas, which let me start there. How unmetal is it to use the term faux pas?
He sounds like a pussy.
But anyway, but let me throw his stance out there. His stance is you take the band you're going to see and you find another band of that genre that's more obscure.
Mutilated by zombies.
Creative.
And you wear that shirt. That's apparently the rule.
So not metal.
So if you're going to go see the new Pantera lineup, you're going to go see the tour, right?
Right.
If you wear a Corrosion of Conformity shirt or a Crowbar shirt,
what about Scour?
Is that okay? Or Scour,
right? Right.
Is that cool because it also involves other members that Phil has worked with,
right.
Like
New Orleans scene
in Down, you know, because it all, you know, the old conspiracy board,
right? The NOLA metal scene, right? Yeah,
yeah. Like it. I mean, is that okay, or do you just go? But see, what I do, like, all right, so I'm gonna go see Machine Head here in a few days. They're coming to Wichita, so I guess that probably just.
Wear a prom shirt. You got to wear a prom shirt, right?
Yeah, I could. Yeah, snap your fingers, snap your neck. But I could go. What I'll probably do is just wear like a plain shirt, and then when I get there, I'll buy the tour shirt. You know, so it's got the, you know, it'll have Machine Head and it'll have everybody else that's on the bill and list out all the tour dates.
Right.
And so, like, that's what I like to do. Plus, it supports the bands, the ones on tour. And I'll try to visit everybody's merch table and, you know, try to get something out of it and share the love. Because being even a local musician, I know money's tight and every dollar helps. And they drive vehicles that eat fuel and eat money.
Right. Burn cash on fire. I fucking literally have never had a band react to anything but positively to me wearing the concert shirt I just bought 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
So I don't get it.
It's fucking stupid.
It is part of the gatekeeping thing, man. Like, I don't like the idea that there's rules at all in the first place. It's weird to me that, like,
right.
I thought that was metal.
Fuck that. Rules are for pussies.
I don't know. We've gone through so many different uniform changes in the in the metal scene. Like, you remember early 2000s, it was like camo shorts and a black T-shirt.
Yeah.
Right. Maybe a Jägermeister wristband or something, or because like Jaeger was popping back then. Like, it was
Dave Attell. Thank Dave Attell for some of that.
Commercials for Jägermeister. A guy comes out of a hedge. He's covered in mud and blood. He's holding one high heel shoe. Did I just eat a stripper? Jaeger. There you go. To the point. Direct. How about another one? Can you do another one? I think you can. A little girl is sitting on the swing, not swinging. A tear rolls down her cheek. Where's Daddy? Jaeger. There you go. How about a third one? Can you do another one, you think? You guys are great. Okay. A guy, let's call him me, is fucking the left eye of a pumpkin, okay? If that pumpkin didn't want it, why was it smiling at me? Jaeger. Yes. Yes. Yeah.
I remember the Jaeger girls.
Oh, and that didn't hurt either. People used to call that, and I forget, there was another liquor that tasted just like it, but they called it the leg spreaders. So that's all. You'll never go broke selling liquor referred to as a leg spreader, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
You know?
Give me a shot of legger spreader.
Fuck yeah, boy.
Yeah.
Better yet, give one to her.
I'll take one of those.
I've got I don't have legger spreader, but I've got some
oh yeah, what are you sipping tonight?
West Bottoms whiskey here.
Yes.
Made right here in KC Mo.
I love
down in the West Bottoms district.
Hell yeah. I was earlier having some Fat Bottoms, so there you
Fat
go.
Bottom.
Fat Bottom girls, you make the rock and world.
Yeah, I was gonna say you better watch your mouth. Scully's gonna come out of left field and correct you.
Hey, you know what? She had a drink earlier, and now she's snoring over here in the corner. So we can talk about her. She won't even know until she watches this when it airs.
Now she knows.
Sipping that spiced rum, huh?
Yeah, you know. She's my Captain Morgan girl.
You gotta love her.
You said metal shirt, and you say we were talking about gatekeeping. That was a point of contention with a lot of people with the name 3 songs from this artist that you're wearing on your shirt. Like, oh, you wanna wear Slayer? Well, name 3 songs, or like name 3 albums. Like, can you tell me who's singing? You know, or something like that. And like that, you know, maybe they don't know. Maybe they just Maybe they hit play on their Spotify and it just plays random and they like it. And that's all they really care about.
1000%, man.
I couldn't agree more.
It's dicks like that push metalhead blossoming, blooming, budding.
Lunatics. Vampires.
Metalheads away.
Well, dude, there's so many parts and levels to that. I'm so glad you bring that up, man. And it does follow along topics of the t-shirt conversation. I'm not a Kardashian fan. Couldn't give a fuck. Fuck them. That stupid show. But if they're out there wearing Slayer shirts, hey, that's fucking amazing. Go with it. I love it.
Did one of them get lit up for wearing an Iron Maiden shirt?
Well, remember the Slayer controversy. One of the Kardashian shirt.
Was it a Slayer shirt?
She wore a Slayer shirt, and then I believe it was Carrie King responded adversely to it. You know,
like
and said,
kill the Kardashians or something.
And wore the kill the Kardashians shirt. Right. And then I don't know if you know, but later I guess the Kardashian bitch wore a Slayer shirt had tombs in it with all of them buried and shit. I guess she had it special made as a fuck you to Slayer. So we literally had a t-shirt battle going on again.
So both
unmetal.
Both entities were out in the public eye.
Right.
Oh no.
It's it's a bit embarrassing, don't you think?
But I personally am all for the raising the awareness of metal, so I don't have a problem with it at all.
What's wrong with that?
And I don't give a fuck if you can name 3 songs. Dude, I'll tell you what, even I would be guilty of that, probably, of some shirts. I know some death metal bands. I don't even look at the names of the songs. I listen to the whole album. I can jam along to the whole thing. I don't pay attention to the names of the songs. It's just something I listen to. So I might not be able to name 3. And on top of that, though, even more before we get to can you name 3 songs to the bands, fuck you for asking. Fuck you right in your face. Fuck you right in your face.
What's more metal than a middle finger and a fuck you?
Fuck you. I'd fuck you right in your mom, dude. Like, seriously. Like, I can't even get my head around the balls it takes for you to think that you get to ask somebody to name 3 songs. Like, fuck, who the fuck are you, dude?
Eat a dick, ass baggins.
Oh, because some guy named Larry from Detroit told me to? I'm on the spot now. I got to name 3. Fuck you, dude. Fuck you, Larry. Go fuck yourself.
Fuck you, Larry.
Don't be a Larry.
Don't be a fucking Larry, goddamn.
Don't be a fucking Larry.
That shit irritates the balls off me, man. I ain't gonna lie to you.
And those are some considerable balls.
Hey, as I've lost weight, all my skin has gone down there, man. I can hold them up as a movie projector now. But anyway, that's a whole nother.
What the fuck?
Hey, that's a camp you want to buy tickets for next summer, ladies and gentlemen. Next summer, we're screening at Camp Crypto Balls. Anyhow, Jesus Christ, where do we go wrong?
So this whole thing has gone off the rails.
Every time I talk to you, Jonathan, we flip those nickels like a bitch.
Yes, we're riding the edge of that thick nickel.
I saw that episode.
Dude, when you one day see a video of me on social media getting my ass kicked by 4 guys named Larry, remember it started here. But you're no longer a guest. You're a bona fide co-host.
I'm part of the show.
Yeah,
I'm in the fucking band. All right.
Hey, and a part of the soundtrack as well, which is why we're going to open up our last 4 songs that we're going to hit the credits with tonight. With you, motherfuckers.
Okay, Pookie, do the honors.
We just did the lyric video for More. I believe Wayne Wilkes, W2 bass player extraordinaire, is working on a lyric video for Red Flags. People really seem to dig that. Not too sure why. Maybe it's because it rocks.
Great song. Personal favorite.
Fuck yeah, absolutely does. I'm a fan.
And we're also constantly writing new music, and definitely keeps me on my toes. Like when they first asked me to, if I could pull double duty, singing for Into Existence and Burn the Gates, if I could do it, I'm like, yeah, sure, no problem, let's do it, you know. But then like you realize that these guys are not fucking around. Like they're constantly putting out new music. It's consistently badass. And the thing is with Into Existence, I have the same problem where it's consistently badass, and it's like this is a really great problem to have. So it's really starting to kick my my creative gears into high gear, whatever the words are.
You speak English?
You're driving the gear, you're gearing to drive, yeah.
Post-COVID, like my brain still, sometimes it feels like somebody's like took my brain function and fucking stepped on it.
Yeah, so, dude, right.
It's not that great all the time, but yeah.
Digging out of oatmeal, man. I always tell her that whenever I'm talking to Scully and my brain freezes, I'm like, give me a second to dig out of the oatmeal. And
it's wild. It's just like you're on track. You're going, and then.
For God's sake, what was I saying?
Huh. I was thinking about something. What was it?
Yeah, fucking.
It's gone.
You know, errant brain farts, man. What are you going to do? But, well, dude, I'll tell you what. We should slip that jam in for everybody tonight, man. Let's do that. But we're going to close out with 4 songs, and we're going to open it with More. We're going to play that for everybody right here tonight and kick them in the dick with it. We played I Am for everybody, so we should continue with our rich tradition of kicking people's dick in with my buddy Jonathan, right?
The gist or whatever, the kind of the idea behind that song, More, was interview with a politician. It's always sleight of hand. It's always a shady deal. They don't really give a damn about you.
Good, honest, hardworking people continue to elect these rich cocksuckers who don't give a fuck about them. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't care about you at all. At all. At all. Man.
One of the lyrics is sleight of hand, always in high demand, a silver tongue with dirty hands. It's like, it pretty much just kind of sums up my idea of politicians in general. Like if you want to be in power, I don't want you to be in power. Get out of here.
Thank you, man. The mere fact that you want the job means you shouldn't have it. It's so fucking true, brother. It's
the audacity.
The audacity of dickery.
They're all a bunch of fucking liars.
We're marching steadfast into idiocracy and President Camacho. It's coming.
We're only moments away from a president coming out and yelling out to everybody about the fucking Gatorade on the goddamn.
But Brondo's got what plants crave.
It's got electrolytes.
And right behind that, we got 3 more jams. And what they are is we're going to play some Gate of the Mind is the first band. Gate of the Mind is a fucking groove thrash metal band out of France. I'm really digging it. This release is called The Beast Inside, and you're going to want to pick it up right now, man. We're going to play Awakening from it. Behind that, Obituary. Everybody knows brand new Obituary coming out here in just a couple of days, I believe. So let's play the title track off the new Obituary, which is Dying of Everything. And then the last song of the night as we roll the credits, and keep hanging out until you hear the thunder, until you hear the rain and thunder. That's when you can leave us. But we're closing with Cremation, man. Cremation is a badass band out of Switzerland, a death metal band. They got a brand new release called Where the Blood Flows Down the Mountains. And from it, we will play Plague Lord.
I'm going to have to write these down because, like, Obituary is definitely on the list of things I want to listen to.
Oh.
But these other bands, one thing I love about Metal-O-Mania is like you don't just play. I don't know what else to call it. Top of the Pops is the wrong word, but like, or the wrong phrase, but like, you definitely get more than your money's worth at Metal-O-Mania.
Welcome to the underground.
I took a lot of heat actually on not doing a best of album of the year kind of special. And really my response to that is that's what the fuck I'm doing out here every week. You know, that is what we do, is I'm highlighting what I think are the albums of the year every fucking week on the show. It would take me all year to do that. So that is what I'm doing. You know?
Yeah, that's how I ended up on this show as a co-host.
You're goddamn right.
Well, everybody out there, support this cat. Go and show him the love. Both bands, Into Existence and Burn the Gates.
Anywhere you stream your music.
Spank bang.
Is it for real?
Well, like you said, though, man, at least the soundtrack will kick ass. So let's play everybody some metal. What do you think?
Let's do it.
Fuck yeah, you heard the man. And now, metal.
Dun, 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 dun.
These guys are a couple little fuckholes.
That was cool. We need more white, cool David Lee Roth, white people shit like that in the world. That was cool.
The floor.
my god, that is good. I want more.
How lovely she looks, my darling, on her way to her last brief sleep before awakening.
the awakening of man will happen.
Hi, this is George with hand sanitizer. Worried about feeding your family a virus-free feast this holiday? Well, worry no more. Hand sanitizer is the must-have food disinfectant for your gathering this year. Manufactured in our laboratories by the finest scientific minds in the world. Hand sanitizer is clean. Hand sanitizer is safe. And most importantly, hand sanitizer is delicious. Order 2 bottles of hand sanitizer in the next 5 minutes and we'll throw in the mini for free. Hand sanitizer, the delicious food disinfectant.
A single cut in the wrong place can kill you.
Yeah, but a lot can kill you.
Yes, it can.
The Black Plague was caused by bacteria that lived on fleas that lived on rats.
Thank you, Dick. Let's do it again.
That's all, bitches.
Hey, this is Carl from Now, and you're listening to Metal-O-Mania.
This is Tormentor from Nunslaughter, and you're watching Metal-O-Mania.
This just in. Scientists have discovered that once you've been infected by Metal-O-Mania, there is no cure. Contact Scully right away for more and more metal to feed the dragon.